Do you ever have one of those days where you're just a little discombobulated and wish you had a magic wand to say bibbity bobbity boo and just line everything out and straighten it out? I'm having one of those days. I feel so discombobulated in my videos today. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. What's you up to now? Documenting my journey as I transition from the brick and mortar world to the online world. As part of that, I make live videos every morning. I make a few live videos. I do a for 3 years now, I've done a 365-day challenge. This is the third year. And actually, it's the fourth 365-day challenge because I participated in someone else's while I was doing my first 365-day challenge. So this is actually my fourth, will be my fifth because we've already got next year's topic picked out, which will be a surprise to do one thing of some sort every day. Lots of people pick a word of the year or a word for the year or a word for the week or the day, but not very many people actually practice it every single day. So I like to pick the word and then I practice it every single day by holding myself accountable, hopping online and sharing an activity for that word. So the first year was comfort zone, getting out of your comfort zone, doing something that you're afraid of. Then it was doing something that makes you happy. This year's been fun, perfect year for fun. And then next year will be a surprise. We'll start on the first of the year. But today, it's late. Yesterday was Christmas Day. Started my videos late, slept late, got up late, been on the phone, been on the computer doing some research because I didn't prep last night. So today I'm just feeling out of sorts and discombobulated. I got a tickle in my throat, so I'm coughing in my videos. My phone's ringing. My sister's calling me because she was out of town yesterday. My son's calling me. I'm like, oh my God, lots of interruptions and things. Lesson learned, biggest lesson learned from all of it is follow your own schedule. Do what works for you. I have to do what works for me. Do what works for you. I know that I need to get up early before anybody else gets up and knock out my videos so that they're not going to be interrupted. Lesson learned. Today is a perfect reminder because if I don't do what works for me, I feel out of sorts and discombobulated, which doesn't feel awesome to me. I want to feel that I'm in control of certain things that I can control and not feel like I'm getting off kilter. Do you ever feel that way? Have you ever been just like you're going through your day and you're like, geez, I'm just off. My timing's off. My things feel off and you're not sure why. Well, it's usually because something's knocked us out of our usual orbit, our usual routine. So a little discombobulated. Fun challenge today was about miracles. So that was cool. Supersize Your Business was about a horse of a different color, which is fun because I've been to the Judy Garland Museum where, of course, Judy Garland starred in the making of The Wizard of Oz in the early 1930s. And in that museum is the carriage that was a gift to Abraham Lincoln in 1863, and it's actually appeared in 200 movies. So I've seen that carriage. I got to see that carriage. That was cool. Got some cool things and paraphernalia for myself and my granddaughter. So that was cool. And I went with my sister and my mom this summer. It was just a little day excursion. We went on from the cabin up north and never been there. I'd never been there, but it was fun. We saw a Trump boat parade. We saw all kinds of things. It was a beautiful day. And all in all, really interesting. Did not get any ruby slippers. I wanted to get some for my granddaughter, but they didn't have her size. So we passed on the ruby slippers, but I did get her some cool stuff, some sticker and coloring books and things. And of course, the ever infamous magic wand from the Good Witch. So that was fun. I think why I'm mostly discombobulated is the Get Up and Go challenge today was day 26, of course. And we talked about mental soap, and false beliefs and a mental mindset, our thoughts and things. And it's interesting because it ties into every other area and aspect of our life. And when we have things like that, it's hard for me to pull them out and separate them in a clear and concise way. And I think I was just kind of all over the place today. And so I'm a little bit beating myself up because I like to be a little more clear and concise and consistent in my communication with this particular challenge. And it's morphing and changing over time. It's the fifth time I've done it this year for a over 30-day challenge in 2020. And it changes a little bit every time. Actually, it's changed a lot since the first one. But adding the SOAP framework and going through the SOAP framework for each of the different areas and aspects of our life, it helps me to be able to explain it and talk through it. I've been doing it on myself for decades, for at least a couple decades, how to handle changes and challenges, but I never really separated it out into the steps and that it takes to do. And then I've already installed it in my subconscious. So when I'm faced with a change or a challenge, I just automatically go through the steps. And then I come out with the what I'm going to do and how it's going to impact me. But to break it down and help other people to do that as well, I think it's a good thing. I think that all of us realize that when we have frameworks or rituals or habits or practices that support us, it's much easier to do a lot of the things in our life. If we have ways that we do things, it's as simple as how you do the dishes, how you do the laundry, how you clean the kitchen, how you make your bed, when you make your bed. Those habits and routines impact other areas and aspects of our life as well and make us feel not discombobulated. So I'm going to go take my vitamins, which I forgot to take this morning. My whole morning routine is blown out of the water today. I think that's it. And I realized that for me personally, morning routines are very important, and that I need to make sure that I am the one that consistently follows the things and the blocks that work for me. And no matter what, they're going to get interrupted sometimes, and I don't have to let it throw me off my game. I can just take a deep breath, step back into my routine where I stepped out, and then just go about things to stay on track. So, big lesson learned for me personally today. So that's it. That's about it for today. That's what I'm working on. It's a holiday weekend. We're just coming off of Christmas Eve and Christmas. So not a whole lot of work, mostly just fun and family and frolicking times for the next couple of days. And, I'll still do my content and the things that I've committed to myself I'm going to do. But beyond that, not a lot of work with others and work in an area where I would consider it work. All right. Any questions? I will be available to answer them today if anybody has a question. Take care, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.